Hello guys, this is the second lesson of factoring and possibly this is going to be the last lesson for the factoring. Now this concept will appear in Algebra 2 very often, even in geometry. So if you're taking geometry over summer, you might want to aware about this concept, okay? So this one is factoring when there is an a in front of x squared. So this is a standard form of the quadratic, and as you can see here, there's a 2 in front of x squared. And this one's very special because if you look at previous lesson, there's a no number, like there's a hidden number 1 in front of m squared or x squared, and that one was factorable by doing this. And even if you had a number here like that, something like that, you could factor out 3 like that, and this could be factored because 3 was the GCF. Just like this 2 is the GCF here, and this one doesn't have a x is a GCF here, and here the GCF was like 4y. But what if you don't find any GCF? What are you gonna do here? Because 2 does not go into 5 nor 3. And 5 does not go into negative 17 or 6. And 6 does not go into negative 5 or negative 4. So this one can be very confusing, right? But there's something we call slip or slide method, which I'm about to do. And there are 4 steps that we're going to do, okay? So when you do this, I know it takes time, but do it one by one so that we can actually, you can actually understand what it is, right? So always when you have this question, always we're gonna do 4 steps. So step 1, slip first number, which is and to the last number, and then you're gonna multiply it. So you're gonna move 2 to the last number and then multiply them. So since you moved 2, you will have x squared plus 5x plus 6, which makes sense because these 2 got moved to here and then multiplied, and it became 6, right? And as you can see, this one can be factorable now, right? So let's factor it. I'm gonna put 6 on the top, 5 on the bottom. What's a 2-number combination that can give you this? 3 times 2 can give you 6, and 3 plus 2 can give you 5. So it's gonna be x plus 3 and x plus 2. But I'm not done yet. What you have to do is, at here, you have to divide each number by what you slipped over. In this case, we slipped over 2. So you are gonna divide by 2 for each one of this. So let's do this. Step 3 is, so after you divide it, what you're going to do is you are going to simplify. And if you cannot simplify, you will just leave it like that. Because 3 over 2 cannot be simplified. It will remain as a fraction. But 2 over 2 can be simplified to 1. Now, last step, which is step 4. Now, if you have any denominator, for example, we have 2 here, denominator, you're going to slide it back in front of x. So this one will become 2x plus 3. And this one, you just write it down because there's no denominator. And that's it. This is slip and slide, and that's how you factor. Okay? So, factoring is making things look different, which means when you multiply it back, 2x times x, you get 2x squared. You should get exactly same thing. So, as you can see, if you combine these two together, you will get 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. As you can see here, this and this, they are same thing. So, that's what it is. And I know usually it is very difficult to understand by just one example. So I'm gonna do one more here, okay? So, here we go. Slip first number to the last number and then multiply. So step 1 is to multiply 5 times 6 is 30. And let's see what can give you positive 30 on the top and negative 17 on the bottom. And to me, negative 15 times negative 2 will give you this. And I know some of you are not very comfortable with finding those factors. And only way to get it better is to look at it. Okay? So, and then we're not done. We have to divide what we slipped over, right? Like that. Why is it so thick? Here we go. So, step 3. After you divide by what you slipped over, you have to simplify like that. But second one cannot be simplified. Looks like it. So you're gonna leave it like that. And sometimes you are gonna have like both number cannot be simplified or both number gets simplified. So keep that in mind. And step 4, if you have a denominator, you're gonna slide it back in front of m, or like in front of x. So it's gonna be 5m minus 2, like that. Very easy. So that's how you factor it. And your solution, like your factored form, is gonna be this. So it's very obvious and very simple. Example number 3 and example number 4, it's gonna be same as well. I will go over example number 4 as a last example, and you're gonna try example number 3 by yourself, and the rest of the questions. So slip first number to the last number and then multiply. So step 1 is c squared plus 11c minus 60. And let's do negative 60 and positive 11. What can give you this? 6, no, I don't know. Oh, 15 and 5. 15 and 4. What I mean is 15 times 4. And it negative 4 because, yeah, c plus 15 and c minus 4. And again, you have to divide by what you slipped over. In this case, 12. Awesome. So this example, we have to simplify both numbers. So 15 over 12, it's gonna be 5 over 4. And 4 over 12, it's gonna be 1/3. And last number, so now you have to slide it back in front of c, which you will get 4c plus 5 and 3c minus 1. Okay? So that's how you do it. And like, as you can see, there's no GCF. So first step should be to do GCF. But there's no GCF. That's why we are doing slip and slide. Okay? So try these 4 questions by yourself and then these another 6 questions. That will give you enough practice to get used to this. Now, multi-step factoring. What if you find GCF? 20, 52, and 24. Looks like there's gonna be a GCF, right? Because in the 20, because everything can be divisible by 2, right? So there may be a GCF. So let's find it. The smallest number is 20. So let's say what can give you 20. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 3 does not go in there, 4 times 5, and that's it. And again, always start with the biggest number. 20 does not go into 52, so it's not it. 10 does not go into 52, so no. 5 does not go in there. 4 goes in, so it's 4. So let's take out 4. I mean, you may ask, Mr. Kim, how did you know if there's a GCF or not? Usually what I do is, when I see the number, I automatically see if it is divisible by 2 or 3. This one is going to be divisible by 5, for sure. So either 2, 3, or 5, most numbers are divisible by one of those 3 numbers, and if it is not, then there's no GCF usually. And that's how I do. So here it's gonna be 13n minus 6, like that. So we just factored out 4 as a GCF, and we still have this. How can we factor this? Just like here, just like what I went over here, what you're gonna do is you are going to slip first number to the last number and then multiply. So this, don't be confused. So step 1, let me use another color. Step 1. So this 4 will just follow always, okay? 4 let me use another color, n squared minus 13n minus 30, like that, okay? And step 2, and this can be factored, negative 30 and negative 13. What can give you this? Negative 10 and negative 3, no, because that will give you positive 30, so it should be negative 15 and positive 2. Yep. So n minus 15 and n plus 2. Okay, just like that. And I forgot, which I have to divide by what I slipped over. Remember, it's not 4. 4 is the GCF. What I slipped over was 5. So I have to divide by 5 each one of this. And then for the step 3, I guess you guys have to be careful about spacing. And simplify like that. But this cannot be simplified, so I will just leave it like that. And last step, which is step 4, you're going to slide back this denominator, and still 4 is going to be in front of it. So you're going to get n minus 3. This one's going to be 5n plus 2, like that, okay? And that's it. Well, I guess this question you really have to be careful about the space, but other than that, it should be very straightforward and simple. And there's a homework. It's totally optional. It's not gonna count against you, but it will count towards you if you do it. And you will, this one, if you do it, by the time you go to Algebra 2, you're gonna learn something similar, a bit more advanced, and I promise you, you will learn faster, okay? Right, that's it guys. See ya.